Oh my God! Apple has done it again. I've been watching the release of what's coming out. The iPhone, yeah, SE kind of. I was expecting the 14 maybe, but maybe next quarter we'll see what happens there. But obviously the SE is what they've come out this year. But more I'm focusing on is what I like is they were talking about a new Mac Mini at some point, but they've brought out a new one now called the Mac Studio. So it's kind of taken the Mac Mini and it's obviously much more thicker and taller. I think it's kind of the same size shape itself. I'm gonna have to do a bit of measuring up with my Mac Mini. I've got Mac Mini M1 and it's absolute bloody awesome. It's fast, it's quick, it churns through 4K footage really nice and quickly. It could be better, but this is taking it better. I'm gonna refer to my screen for spec because I haven't got it all in my head at the moment because it's mind-blowing, absolute mind-blowing where they're taking the processing. So not only they released the new Mac M1 Mac Ultra processor, so now we got the M1 processor, got the M1 Pro, the M1 Max, and now the M1 Ultra processor. Really game-changing, stepping up. I like when processors take huge leaps and bounds. I don't like all this crap in between. It's little bit by little because you're spending the money trying to catch up. I prefer wait and go for that jump when there's something more serious to go for. So I wouldn't jump unless you've got, if you've got an old Mac Intel, take that leap now to the M1. Go for the Max or the Pro, whatever you can afford. Definitely take that leap because the M1 processor does make a massive difference. Now having these more cores, more GPU, all that coming shoved into it, more RAM now, it's going to be like so phenomenal. It's just mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. So the M1 Max is kind of two chips they come with this model. So it's called the Mac Studio. It's available on March, so by the time you watch this video, it's probably available now to buy and order. You need deep pockets, definitely deep pockets. So M1 Max, 10 core GPU, 24 core CPU, 10 core CPU, don't know if I get that the wrong way around, then 24 GPU, 16 core neural engine, starting at a base model of £1,999. Now you can go to the M1 Ultra, base model again, 20 core CPU, 48 core GPU and 32 core neural engine, and that's starting around with a 64 gig of RAM. That starts around about £3,999. The M1 Max comes with 32 gig of RAM at £1,999. So even you've got to have deep pockets for the base models. Now, if you wanted to stir things up and go for the full whack, this is what you get. So Apple M1 Ultra, 20 core CPU, 64 core GPU, 32 core neural engine, 128 gig unified memory. So that's the maximum you can go on the Ultra. That's the maximum you can take it to. Storage, 8 terabyte of storage space, and that will set you back a whopping £7,999, or a mere £8,000, £8,000. That's a lot, but you are getting the horsepower. You're getting the dog's nuts of speed. I don't know really how to put it into words, basically. But for your if you're into 3D design, those kind of intensive memory kind of programs, this is where you'll go to. This is the next level, basically. 8K, I'm not shooting in 8K, I'm shooting at 4K on my cameras. I probably won't ever move to 8K. I don't kind of need it. I'm not doing that kind of videography that will need it. But for those people out there shooting 8K, making kind of home films, that kind of stuff, then this is the machine you go for. This is what you need. The Max Studio. That's probably why I call it a studio, because it's designed for studio space. It's got phenomenal GPU stuff in there for graphics performance. It'll chew through 8K raw storage. It kind of did say on the video, I'm not going to go too much into the video because you can watch that video on Apple and have a look more of the details inside, more spec, more the architecture of the processor. But it's got enough horsepower to get through your 8K recordings. I think you can play back quite a similar, I think about 10 streams or more. Don't correct me on this one because it could be a lot more of streaming back 8K footage. That's a phenomenal amount of speed there. So if you are shooting in raw 8K, this is going to tear through your footage. Even if you're doing multi-camera shots in 4K, it's going to be buttery smooth all the way through. More or less real-time playbacks and all that kind of stuff as well. So this is what I would like to have. I would love to have this model and play around with it and just be able to do things that's just like instant. Just works, just goes for it. That's kind of workflow I want. I've got a nice 49-inch ultra-wide screen. This will also allow you to plug in multiple screens. It does come with their new kind of screen display that you can buy extra to go with this. I think it says you can have up to 4 displays, 4 27-inch displays, plus a 4K big HDMI screen at the top for playbacks and stuff like that. So you can take your video to the next level. So if you are getting into a video job that's shooting and editing films, this is what you need on your desktop. Lots of I/O space on there to plug all your different devices and stuff like that in it. I mean, having 8 terabytes of storage space, I mean, that's going to be a phenomenal amount, especially the onboard RAM is so much faster. I did a speed test a little while ago on my M1 against a standard SSD drive. I brought an external SSD drive here, plugged it into USB-C, and the onboard RAM for the M1 is so much faster than these little things. Couldn't believe it. And obviously having all this extra core space, I've noticed without the M1 processor, USB-C can be quite slow on performance copying from one, say from an SD card to the hard drive or hard drive to hard drive. It can be slow and tedious because it doesn't have all that kind of memory lane in the chip. But with the new M1 Pro and Pro Max and the Ultra, you're going to have that across all your ports. None of the ports will be sharing bandwidth, so it'll be so much quicker. I tried plugging my SD card reader and my stick over USB-C on a laptop that didn't have the M1 processor in it, and it was slow. Copying 256 gig of video files, they're all tiny little bits of files, was so long I gave up in the end, and I brought it all back here and used my M1 Mac to do it with. It was so much faster than trying to do it on an Intel based one. So it shows performance in the chip is so much better and so much faster. It's definitely worth buying. So if you can't afford the Mac Studio, then I'll definitely recommend at least going for the M1 processor on the Mac Mini. I'm hoping they're going to bring out a new kind of different flavors of Mac Mini, because I got the base model M1. It'd be nice to be able to see where we can get that with the Pro and Pro Max. I'm not sure if they actually do that just yet, but this is their leap up from the Mac Mini to the Mac Studio itself. It's thicker because it's got a lot more fans in the top. So if you're doing really heavy rendering or working on really big film set files and editing, you kind of need that raw power. It's going to generate a lot of heat. It's going to push it out as well out the back, exhaust it out, so you can keep working all day long. But this is definitely a game changer. If I had the money to buy it, would I buy it? Oh, damn bloody well, I would be buying it. So anyway, if you like this video and want some more helpful tips and stuff, hopefully I'll be able to look at doing some more reviews very soon as well. Please do hit that subscribe button right now on the screen there, and notification for more videos. I'm pushing more videos out each week. I'm going to try and shoot at least a minimum of 3 videos per week. Helpful FAQs, reviews, my views on things as well, and things like that. So if you like that, please do give me a thumbs up. Don't like my videos, a thumbs down. And anything you want to, if you want an opinion on something you're not quite sure, please comment below, let me know, and I'll make a video for that as well. So I'll see you on the next video very soon. But this is